Welcome back, guys, to 1% Talks. I am your host, Nano Torres, and today we have a very special guest who I am very excited to interview. This is going to be a different type of interview. This is going to be a different type of individual. We're talking about somebody that is a doctor, an energy worker, an individual who has really taken herself to the next level. Doctor of Oriental Medicine, former banker, mother of three, incredible background. So I'm just really looking forward to today's call. But in the meantime, while we're getting everybody in, grand rising and happy Tuesday. I hope every single one of you guys are having an amazing morning. I'm always so grateful for these calls because we're always learning from different types of individuals. We're always able to come together and just switch it up a little bit. We always want to switch things up. We always want to give people different perspectives and be able to change the narrative and not just keep it on mindset, but just making sure that each and every single one of us are learning about all the beautiful different areas of our lives. And for those who are wondering, what is 1% Talks? What is 1% Talks? Well, 1% Talks, is a IG live series. Okay, I want you guys to think about this. This is an IG live series that eventually is going to turn into a podcast. Okay, and what 1% Talks is where I'm able to interview the top 1% of entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals on the mindset that is required in order for you to create success for yourself. So it's not just business owners that we're interviewing here. We're interviewing all types of individuals, investors, athletes, mothers, doctors, real estate agents, the whole nine. We have a lot of amazing individuals here. So I'm extremely excited for today's call. In the meantime, while we're getting the word out, let's make sure that we send this out to a couple of friends, couple of family members. Send this out to 3 people that, need to hear the message this morning. We're going to be jumping into some very powerful things here today that I know that a lot of us need based off of where we are in this world, and we're just extremely excited for it. So we're going to bring her up here in the next couple of minutes, just waiting for the rooms to get filled, the word to get out. But in the meantime, guys, I just want to express some gratitude. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughters, and my godson. I'm extremely grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful for my dog Hazel. I'm grateful for my team and all the leaders within my organization. I'm grateful for my girlfriend. I'm grateful for, the abundance that is flowing in my life. I'm grateful for just all the amazing things that happen each and every single day in my lifetime, fam. So make sure that you guys are expressing gratitude, because gratitude, all right, is the source where all good things come from. Okay, gratitude is the source where all good things come from, and amazing things are going to come from this. A lot of amazing things will come from what we got going on here. So really looking forward to this call. Let's see who we got here. All right, already over 70 people. Let's see. Amazing. She's on already. Keep spreading the word because I am about to go and bring her in. Okay, here we go. All right, I got my notebook. I'm ready to go. I'm excited because I'm gonna take a lot of notes today, so I'm looking forward to it. But in the meantime, while we bring up this individual, guys, like I said, one last time, send it to 3 people. Okay, send it to 3 people. It's in the cabinet right there in the front. Send this out to 3 people so we can get the word out. But I'm going to bring up our special guest. So the individual that we have here today, her name is Dr. Nathalie Henrich. Okay, this is an energy worker. She's a former banker and doctor of Oriental Medicine. All right, she's going to definitely come in here and explain to us a little bit more about what she does. But on top of that, she's also a mother of 3, and she has an incredible background. She was raised in Germany. She has a Korean mother and a German father, and she came to Miami 15 years ago. And I just recently got connected with her. She's actually been a part of the Mornings with Nano community for a couple of years now. And I got a chance to meet her in person, and her energy was just so vibrant. It was so clean. She was so happy. And when I talked to her, I said, yo, this is something that we need to bring to the community. This is information that a lot of our people lack, and I want to make sure that our people also have access to this information. So if you guys are excited for this, put some fire emojis in the chat box, because I'm about to step out of the way of greatness, and we're going to interview a doctor herself, my sister, Dr. Nathalie. Fire emojis in the chat boxes for her. And let's get this call rocking. I am super, super excited. Let's go.
Hey, what's up?
Great morning, fam. How you doing?
Great morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Just finished up my morning routine. I was super excited for today's call. I know I had reached out to you yesterday and let you know that if you were available today, we can run it. And you was like, yep, let's do it. So I'm excited. How's your day going so far?
It's going super nice. I had already 2 amazing sessions this morning, so I feel so blessed every day. So blessed about this work.
No, well, first off, I want to say thank you for taking the time to, jump on this call and giving us, some information that I know we all need here, and it's always appreciated. And I've always been excited to learn a little bit more about what you do. But before, we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about your story? Who was Nathalie Henrich before becoming a doctor and studying Oriental medicine, and before becoming a mother of 3? Tell us a little bit about your story so we can get to know you, and then we'll get into some questions after that.
Yeah, and I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me here, because I told you last time when I saw you, I cannot believe everything that you've been creating, because I followed you ever since you've been on your mama's couch doing these morning talks. I was like, look at you now.
That's
amazing. Yeah, I was born and raised in Germany. I had a really good education actually back in Germany. I just was really I like to explore a lot of things, and I went a lot into the partying scene. I was a banker, it was very after hours, a lot of alcohol, a lot of yeah, just a lot of a big party life. I also traveled a lot through the bank that I worked for. I was able to travel a lot of countries, over 30 countries. And I want to say that I've been to a lot of spiritual countries, but I never chose to look deeper into it. I was always more about, where's the next happy hour? Where's the next party? Where's the, it was more that life. So when I met my ex-husband, he was a very famous professional heavyweight boxer from Cuba. And I met him in Germany, and I fell in love with him. And I was like, I'm going to be with this guy forever. And we came together to Miami. We had 3 kids. And when we came to Miami, my life completely changed, because he had a different side in him that I didn't see when I met him in Germany. So long story short, I ended up in domestic violence with him. It was crazy. I had some crazy years with him here in Miami. I was, he was in jail many times, and I was exposed to the system, the system of the law, and there was a lot of things going on. So I lost a lot of weight. I was many times in the hospital, and I went, my life just went from one day to the other. It was completely crazy, went haywire. I didn't even know how I got myself into this, So when I finally got out of that marriage, and it took me many, many years, because I had 3 children, it took me a long time to get the papers and to get the money and to have the strength to actually say, I'm going to be self-sustainable and I'm going to get out of it. When I got out of it, I started studying Chinese medicine. I started praying a lot to God, and I had an insight of some angels coming to me, and they told me, just wait for our sign and look for the 5 elements. And I went to this Chinese festival, and there was this big thing, and it said there were the 5 elements on it, and it was the acupuncture school in Kendall, and I knew that was the sign. So I signed up for that school. I didn't have the funds. I got the financial aid in 2 weeks. It was just meant to be, everything just lined up like that. So I became a doctor in Chinese medicine. And when I started studying Chinese medicine, I was exposed to a lot of very spiritual people, like sound healers, energy workers, NLP, theta healers. You guys have not heard of all the type of healing modalities that are out there. I came in touch with plant medicine, ayahuasca, peyote, breathwork, a lot of things. So I started exploring all these modalities, and I want to say that I started going onto this lifestyle of the healing path. I wanted to heal my womb. I wanted to heal my soul. I wanted to heal my mind. I was very sick. My reproductive system was very sick because of all that stuff that happened in my marriage. And I truly thought I could never have like a normal life again. So when I did all that healing work, I went to the jungles in Colombia, I studied with the shamans, with medicine women, all of that good stuff. I truly like, I feel like I became aligned with the path that I need to do. And it was like a true calling, you know, from God, that this is what I need to do. And this is why I went through all of that I went through to become that I am now. And so I started just helping out my friends, you know, when they went through bad relationships, any infections that they had, any mind stuff, abusive relationships, whatever. I just started helping them out. And eventually it became my job. It became what I'm getting paid for now. Like I never, it wasn't that I looked for it. It just came to me once I surrendered to it, you know? So now I do that. I teach sacred sexuality. I teach Tantra, breathwork, women empowerment, empowerment for couples. I do retreats nationally. I fly out. I go to different cities. And I do one-on-one mentorships. And this is what my life has become.
Wow, that's beautiful, Nathalie. Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story with us. Because you know, this is the first time I actually get a chance to hear your story like this, the way you explained it to me. And I'm sorry to hear about what you went through, but like we say, right, things happen, you know, for us, not to us, right? And that happened for you because look at what happened after you got into everything that you're doing now. Can you break down a little bit more of what the Oriental medicine is? When you go into like the Chinese thing, like how was it that you got into it? You know, and what was that process like once you was in there? Talk to us a little bit more about that, because I feel like a lot of people don't kind of understand that. I know you talked about like, you know, the plant medicine and a little bit more, but can you break it down for us a little bit more for us, please?
Yeah, sure. Like Oriental medicine is acupuncture. Most people know acupuncture, and you have maybe seen cupping, you know, when the Olympic people, they have all these cups on their backs to take the pain out and stuff. So Oriental medicine is Chinese herbs and acupuncturist, like acupuncturist. That's what it is. So I got into it through, like I said before, I got into it because I was just waiting for a sign. Like I remember my angels told me, wait for our sign, wait for the 5 elements. And when I saw this poster of the 5 elements, it happened so that this was the school of acupuncture. So I signed up for that. It was just like a spiritual thing. It wasn't something that I planned to do. It was just like I waited for the sign and it came. So that is one part, Oriental medicine. And then there's different healing modalities. There's so many different healing modalities, right? So what I also did, plant medicine is different from Oriental medicine. So it's plant medicine. There's Reiki. It's something that a lot of people know. Lately, like more, if you're a little bit into like spiritual stuff, you maybe heard about Kundalini awakening, which is the awakening of the sexual energy. You probably heard about Tantra in some form, which is like the more conscious teaching of communicating better and having like a more aligned or more deeper way to of intimacy. Then I did also my Theta Healer, which is very similar to NLP. So you track the patterns that you have from your past and from your family, and then you rewire them so you can think differently. Yeah, there's so many different. I also did my Kundalini yoga teacher, like, which is, I love yoga. I love Kundalini yoga because Kundalini yoga is like the most spiritual yoga out of all of them. It's not like power yoga where people do handstands and stuff. It's more like that you sit. And for instance, you have to hold your arms up for like 5 minutes, which is like freaking hard. And then you just have to crack your mind, and you just have to tell yourself that, like, mind over matter, right? It's like, okay, your mind is so strong, you can do anything if you have the right mindset, right? And you can break through it. You can biohack your body. You can biohack your physicality of things, right? Or if you get sick, like any energy work, really, like if you're getting sick or if you have any disease in your body, is your mind creating it. So when you understand that your mind created it, you can reverse it. You just have to talk to you differently so you can reverse your disease.
Sheesh. You know, it's funny, you say Kundalini, and before, if you would have said that to me, I would have never known. But I read this book right here. I don't know if you've ever read it. It's called The Yusa Guide to Balance, Mind, Body, and Spirit. And it taught me all about everything that you're talking about. Reiki, Kundalini. Like, I understand a lot of this stuff very early on. And I think that is dope. And I continue to hear you talk about the 5 elements. Can you explain to us what the 5 elements are? I would like to know what they are. Is the 5 elements
Fire?
the
So we have fire, we have water, we have earth. Fire, water, earth. Wind or air is the same, wind or air. And then we have the ethers, metal. ethers or metals also equally the same. So our bodies are like the 5 elements.
Okay. You said fire, water,
fire, water, earth, air, and then there's metal. In Chinese medicine, you would say metal, but in spirituality, it stands for ethers. It's the same, metal and not the same, but ethers and metal stand for the same element. So these are the 5 elements.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So in Chinese medicine, or like in the Tao, let's go away from Chinese medicine. Let's go into the Tao, into the ancient teachings, right? We're like the 5 elements. Our organs are like the elements. So each element has to be in full capacity in order to balance all the other elements out. Let's go to say, if my water, which is related to, for instance, kidneys, right? My water is related to fear and to kidneys. It stands for an emotion, right? If I have, for instance, let's go into like female health. If I have a lot of UTIs, urinary tract infections, and that means that my waters in my body, the element of water holds a lot of fear, right?
Wow.
And that also means, because I'm constantly draining that element of water because it's overdoing, right? It is overly fearful. It's not in balance. Now all the other elements, all the other organs get out of whack. Like my kidneys get out of whack, my stomach, my liver, which is related to my emotions, my spleen is related to how I hold my blood. So each organ in my body has a function, right? And if they're not in equilibrium, if they're not in balance, one element has to make up for the other element. So one organ has to work more than the other. So that's how we get off balance. So for instance, when you go to an acupuncturist and you say, I feel so stressed, I have this anxiety, right? It's usually your brain, your mind, because you like overly think it. And it's also related to your liver, because your liver stores all your emotions. So it could be, for instance, that you feel that pain in the liver area and you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you, oh, everything is okay, and you don't really know what's going on. But if you look at the energy of it, it's like, yeah, it's related to the liver. It's not that the liver is sick, but the liver is unbalanced. So we have to balance out your liver. So you put, for instance, certain needles, acupunctures, like certain needles in certain points, meridians in your body. They're called meridians. We have energy flows going through our body. So we put wherever the meridian is, for instance, the meridian of the liver, or maybe I want to balance out the meridian of the waters so I can balance out the liver. So I put something in the liver, so in the water meridian. So I balance out your whole system, right? I try to unblock all the energies, all the meridians that are blocked right now because of your stress. I unblock them and make it all flow again. So all 5 elements, so all organs can communicate with each other so they find their balance.
Sheesh. This is next level information. For real, for real. Wow, I'm over here like...
It's a lot. And I know you don't have to go into detail into it. It just know that every time you create something in your body and it comes out in a physical form, right? Let's say you're diagnosed with ADHD, you're diagnosed with anxiety, you're diagnosed with cancer, you're diagnosed with, I don't know, fibroids, whatever it is, if you're diagnosed with something, it's your body being in unbalance for many, many years. And you have just overseen, you've never listened to it, and you just kept on doing the same thing. You kept on thinking the same thing. You kept on having the same lifestyle. You kept on eating the same thing. So what your body's doing now, your body's putting a dis-ease into your body, telling you, listen, you got to wake up because something is wrong and you got to work on it, right? So you go to the doctor, oftentimes the doctor just gives you a pill, because the doctors just treat the symptom. They don't treat the Western doctors. They don't treat the symptom. They just treat they just only treat the symptom. They don't treat the root cause, right? But if you know more about energetics, and not only 5 elements, but if you know the energetics of your body, then you understand, okay, this is what it is. And then you need to understand, I created that. I created it. I was able to tell my cells in some shape or form that they need to get sick. So if you understand that you made them sick, you can also understand that you can unsick them. You can undo it. You can reverse it.
That's fire. I love that. And I'm glad that we're talking about this. I want to stay on the topic of food, because I know food is something that we consume on a day-to-day basis. how important is the food that we eat to our health, and not just our, physical health, but also our mental health? How does that all come together with everything that you've learned so far?
Well, food is, to me, is 95% of everything.
Oh,
We underestimate it, and especially here. I mean, I come from Germany. We don't even have GMO in Germany. It's forbidden. Like, the only country where GMO is allowed is the United States. Our food in the United States is so poisoned, so poisoned. I don't even know if you can actually find something that's not poison unless you would grow it in your own backyard, right?
wow.
But our food is full of poison. Our water, like, people always think, oh, if I drink a lot of water, I'm going to be healthy. If you drink that bottled water that's in the plastic that has been out in the sun for days before it was delivered to the store, and all the plastic, all that particle go already in your water can be super, super toxic. So you have to be super mindful about what water you're drinking, what you're putting into your body. So I actually just come out of a 30-day raw vegan diet, and my mind is sharper than ever. So, like, if you truly detox your body, not only with foods, also with your mind and all the other things, but if you detox your body with foods, you will see your energy levels go super high, your inflammations go low, all the pains that we sometimes feel in our bodies, whatever we got going on, digestive system, and our thoughts become so clear. Because I always say, we got to eat more things that have seen the light. If you eat things that have seen the light, like fruits and vegetables that grown in the light, that have seen the light on a daily basis, have seen the waters, the rain, the moonlight, the sunlight, right? So if you eat those things, these light codes go into your body. You eat it and you literally feel these vibrations, these light codes in your body, and it helps you to think clear. It helps you to talk differently. You have different thoughts. You everything becomes more light inside of you.
I love that. And I'm gonna stay with you here. So what you're telling me is a lot of the diseases and people's lack of ability to think correctly is coming a lot from their diet and the things that they're eating, right?
100%.
So for someone who's listening to this, and they have bottled waters in their house, and they're eating the junk food and the fast food, and they're not eating these kind of foods, what would your recommendation be for these kind of individuals, including myself? Because I sometimes still eat my fast food every once in a while. I have some bottled water. So what are the alternatives? Because these are things that I want to know. Like, I want to understand this, and I want to be able to, better myself, and I want to feel that mental clearness and peace that you're feeling right now. So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, 100%. Like, get yourself a good water filter, and research, because these, for instance, these pure water filters, just marketing strategy. But
Right.
there's Kangen water, there's Kangen water filters.
Water.
Berkey is a really good water filter. Like, get a water filter that takes out the fluoride. Fluoride is super poison to your brain. It numbs your brain, literally. So get yourself a good water filter. It's also cheaper. You invest in one filter and you just can take the tap water, put it in the filter, have it filtered through, and then you drink that water. Get yourself a water bottle, like a water bottle you can take with you. You will always see me with a water bottle. You never see me, like, unless there's an emergency, you have a plastic water bottle. But even if you go to a store, you can still choose to get yourself water that comes from a glass bottle instead of plastic bottle, right? So nowadays you can choose that. Mm-hmm. So definitely what you're drinking, like, get off the sodas. 100% get off the sodas, because it's just sugar and chemicals. Like, if you really think about it, get yourself like a color palette, put some color in it and put some sugar in and drink it. That's what it is. That's what soda is, So try to get on really, really good water. There's good water sources. You can literally Google it. Like, now we live in 2023. You have so much information about what good water is. And also there's a movie, it's called The Codes, The Codes of Water, from Masaru Emoto. Masaru Emoto was the pioneer of water, and I'm sure some of you have heard about him. He has proven that water, we are made out of water. 85% of our body is made out of water. So whatever we tell our waters is, the structure of the water changes with what you're saying to the water. Like, if you look up Masaru Emoto, you'll see that, for instance, he had water samples, and he would say, okay, if I tell this particular water, I love you, you're so beautiful, I'm grateful for you, he froze those waters, and he looked it up on the microscope, and you would see beautiful water shapes, like, you know how the little snowflakes, like little beautiful sacred geometry shapes. And if he would take water and you would tell them, I hate you, you suck, or put like really bad music on it, there's no shape. It's out of shape, and there is no beautiful sacred geometry forming. So if you look at that, then you understand, like, with the water that you're drinking, with the things that you're telling yourself, the things that you're telling your waters in your body, it's like every time I talk to myself in a bad way, my cells are out of shape. So I'm creating this ease again, right? But I want my cells to be in a beautiful sacred geometry shape. I want all my cells to be super lit and super amazing and super vibrant. So the water that I'm drinking, the foods that I'm eating, if I pray to my water, right? I have a cup of water here and say, please, water, heal me, like whatever I want to heal in me, right? Or if I juice, for instance, I make myself a juice, a celery juice, which is amazing for your digestion. It's amazing to get out any toxins out of your body. The medical mediums talk about it every single day. He says, like, drink celery juice every single day. It takes out all the dampness out of your body, all the toxins, all the heavy metals. So like, if you pray, you make yourself a juice on water, you pray to your water, say, please, water, heal this anatomy, whatever you want to heal right now. It can be even a spiritual thing. Pray to it. So you're changing the structure of your water. That's why people also pray over their food, because you're changing the structure of the food. So
Wow.
like that, you bring that breath into your body as well. So that water, and then just eat more raw vegan, really good for a while. I'm not saying it's always good, because meat is also a superfood. If you eat like good meats, like really good meats from Whole Foods, like buffalo or something really high class meat, it's fine, you know. But try to get off the Walmart meat, you know, which they're just injected with a gazillion things. Try to eat more salads, more veggies, more fruits. The less processed, the better. Like I said, the rule is always, the more you eat things that have seen the light, the better. Always look at, if you buy something, has this thing seen the lights? Is there something in there that has seen the lights? Or is it just completely processed, never seen the light, processed in a labor, right?
Wow. And I don't want to get too deep into this, because I know that we could go down a whole rabbit hole with this, but I always read these things where, and I listen to these audios where, they use our food to control us. And because whoever controls the food controls the market, controls everything, because we have to, eat every single day. How bad is high fructose corn syrup, and what foods do we find that in? Because I know you know about this, but I know a lot of people on a day-to-day basis are eating things and drinking things that have this chemical that is destroying us inside of us. Can you talk about how bad it is and what foods actually have it?
Like, it's super bad, because it's constantly kicking your adrenaline the whole time. So you're like on a high sugar rush all day. It's like, it's an addiction, truly. And this is why you get addicted to it. That's why you feel like, oh my God, I'm eating this every single day because I need it. It has, it has addiction properties in there. So, I mean, it's so hard to avoid it, because even if people say, like, I'm telling everybody, get off the dairy, don't buy no more milk, like cow's milk, get on rice milk or almond milk. But if you look at the ingredients, as all of them have, like, most of them have high fructose in it, and has gum in it as well, which is super, super toxic. So you'd literally have to see, like, to make it either on your own, you have to be so dedicated to either make it on your own. It's super easy to make almond milk on your own. You just like put almond with some good water, you mix it, and you take a cheesecloth and you just have the juice come out, and then you have your almond milk. It's just like, nobody does it. You just have to know how to make it, and once you know how to make it, it's super easy. But it's hard, because it's in everything. It's in almost everything. But like I said, like, the less processed, the better, because as long as it's processed, it's, it always has so many ingredients in it that most of us don't even know what it is. Like, if you really make it a point and you go through your fridge right now and you look up all the ingredients that you're eating, I bet you there's 3 or 4 things on each thing that you don't even know what it is.
Right.
You have no clue. No clue. So look it up, and you're just like, oh damn, I'm eating this, I'm eating that. This is crazy. Our bodies are already so used to it, right? But the best thing is to cook from scratch, truly, and take it. Or there's also, like, we live here in Miami. Miami is a tropical place. We have so many beautiful soul food places, vegan places, or just like places where people make food from scratch. So we do find this here a lot. It's so much better than if you go like to the Midwest or something. It's everything is processed. But here in Miami, you'll find a lot of good stuff. Even coconut water. Coconut water is the only water that has never been touched by a human, you guys. Never been touched by a human. So the water that you're drinking that comes out of the zinc, it already went through millions of tubes. It went through bad vibration, right? It doesn't come right from the spring. You're not drinking it from the spring. It goes from the spring into all these metal tubes. It goes like through a whole toxic journey. It doesn't listen to any beautiful things until you shower with it or drink with it. That's what's going on with the water. If you take coconut water, you take it from the tree, you open it, it has never been touched by a human. It has only seen the sun and the moon. It's already prayed to by default. You can drink coconut water you don't even need to drink normal water. I have had times where I have been drinking for a month or two only coconut water. You don't even need anything else because it is so high on potassium and minerals that you can literally only drink it. If you live in Miami, you can drink coconut water every single day. And also, you won't pee as much. That's another thing. If you drink a lot of bottled, like these plastic bottled water, and you have to pee a lot, is because your body is not processing the water. It just goes right through. If you drink coconut water, you will not be thirsty. You go less to the bathroom and you realize, oh my God, my body is actually truly taking in that water. It's processing that water. And it's the same with the foods. Like if you eat soul foods, cooked from the soul, prayed to, like good foods, you don't have less diarrhea, you have less problems with your stomach, you have less digestion issues overall because it's prayed to, it's not processed, it's made from your hands.
I love that. And to be honest with you, Natalie, this is one of the reasons, I tell people all the time, people think, I work hard just for like my family and to just buy a house and have a nice car, but I also work really, really hard because I really want to invest a lot of money into my health, into the right things, like having a Kangen water machine, the right juicers, the right foods, having a nutritionist. Like these are things that are needed. Like, and obviously these things cost money. So I tell people all the time, like making money is not just about buying a car, buying a house. It's about investing into your health so we can live longer and we can be able to do these things. And I think that is so powerful that, we do so. I want you to explain to us a little bit about the raw vegan diet really, really quick so we can, and then we'll go on to another topic. But explain to us briefly, how was that raw vegan diet? What were the things that you were eating throughout the day and what were the effects of it?
So raw vegan means like you eat only vegan and nothing is cooked. Everything is raw. So what I would do, I would juice a lot. I got myself a really good juicer from Brazil. It's like one of the best juices. You have to make sure that you get a juicer that doesn't heat up, because some juices, because of the high spinning rate, it heats up and that also kills a lot of vitamins, right? So make sure when you get a good juicer that it's a cold pressed juicer.
Cold pressed juicer? What's the
Say it again.
What was the name of the juicer?
I got the Breville one, but you can just look it up. Breville. BR. But you can just look up cold pressed juices. Just make sure you get a good one like that. And I just wrote it in the chat. So raw vegan means you only eat everything that's raw. You don't eat anything that processed. So like you eat all the veggies raw, all the fruits raw, maybe some nuts in between. You can even juice sweet potatoes and stuff like that. Red beets, like you can juice a bunch of things that we didn't even know about. No sauces like that. For instance, if I would make a salad, I only do like really good cold pressed olive oil and some lemon juice, right? Don't put any balsamico because they're also full of sugar, right?
Where would you get your fruits? Because I know all fruits aren't good. So like, where would you get the raw, organic, good fruits?
So there's some places down in Homestead where you can get it, or I have some friends that grow food as well, so you can get it from them as well. And sometimes, what you're going to do, it's not like you get it everywhere all the time. So I would like sometimes also just go like to Whole Foods. I go to Trader Joe's to places where like, not that bad.
Those fruits, the USDA organic, do you recommend?
Yeah. Okay. Those, and also you can put them, if you want to get rid of all the pesticides, you can put them in water and vinegar. Just mix some water with vinegar and put the fruits in there for an hour, and you'll see all the pesticides come off, and then you just eat it.
Jeez, that's so powerful, dude. I stay too. Sorry that I stay too long on the food one. I know how important it is, and I know how much food we eat on a day-to-day basis. So thank you guys. Guys, can we put a fire emoji in the chat box for Nathalie so far? Just really educating us. I think I'm gonna need a whole 2 to 3 hours to really interview you on all of this. Now, I want to talk about a little bit about the healing journey that you've gone on. I know that you've done breath work, you've done the ayahuasca, you've been with the shamans in the jungles and everything. Can you walk us through a little bit of that journey that you went through when you were healing? Because that's something I've wanted to do. You know, I made it a goal of mine that I wanted to do that this year at some point. So can you talk to us a little bit about that journey and the process of it as well?
Yeah, so my journey, every journey is different. You know, I don't want you guys to think like because of my journey, this is going to be your journey if you're interested in it, because every journey is different. My journey was very gentle, but I also prayed a lot, you know, to the medicines, to the plant medicines, to have it be gentle with me, because I really didn't like, if you look up ayahuasca, you just hear like people, oh my God, you vomit, you just go through all these things. It's like crazy. But people don't really talk about like all the beauty that it brings, you know, and vomiting is just a very small part of that's happening, you know, but the medicine that goes through you in that night when you have a ceremony, or like for your life later, is just so much beyond that, you know. So I just wanted to say that first. So I remember when I went to Colombia the first time, you know, and that's why I started doing all the womb teachings for women, because when we had our periods, they had like an extra house where we would go and we would get our hair brushed by other sisters. You know, you become just sisters with other women. It's not like there's no more just like screw each other up and, you know, take each other's mans and all that stuff like between women. It was just like true sisterhood. You know, you come in, you when you're on your period, you get your hair brushed, they bring you soup, they take care of your womb, you get massages on your womb. We do like beautiful prayers, we got very creative, we do like flower mandalas or like dream catchers, like all these beautiful things that we all love to do. We just like so caught up in making money and just like catching up with the bills, right? So I really love that. And we got taught how to bring our blood to the earth, our menstrual blood, because we say like when every woman heals her womb, then all our men will heal as well. We say actually we only have wars because Mother Earth is craving blood from us women, our wisdom blood from the period. When we donate it to the earth, they say if everyone would do it, then our men would stop fighting, our men would stop wars. Because if every woman puts her menstrual blood to the earth, that means she's a conscious woman, and that means she's a woman that knows how to hold her sexual energy and how to hold her womb in the highest regard and to honor her temple. And if every woman would do that, our men don't get distracted like that anymore. But because a lot of us don't do it, our men, you have so much distraction through us, you know, through Instagram, strip clubs, whatever. But it's because we haven't learned it. So I learned a lot of that about the power of a woman when she heals that, and when she understands that in her, when she puts the good vibration in her, the good prayer, the good cells, the good thoughts, she makes better choices, and through that she's able to also heal our men. So that was one of my most like intense journeys, when I learned that about womanhood and how much we can hold. And with the ayahuasca, yeah, same. Like the ayahuasca is a feminine energy. So ayahuasca is, we always say she, the medicine, but it's a she, because we drink her most of the time at night, and she has a female spirit. So for women, a lot of times ayahuasca is a little bit more gentle than for men, because when men drink ayahuasca, they heal a lot of things between them and the feminine. And it can hit really hard, you know, because we have hurt women and we have done bad choices, and vice versa as well. But for men, it's more like, you know, men don't get attached like that. And so you're more likely to hurt us in a way, even though if you don't really mean it, it's just in your nature in that sense, you know, because we receive, you give. So it's different. You know, we women have a different attachment than men. So the ayahuasca, since she's a feminine medicine, it can hit sometimes hard, and you really heal like a lot of aspects with you and your mother and you and the way you have treated women, right? And other things as well. It's not only that, like there's so many things. When I went to ayahuasca the first time, I healed a lot of stuff for my womb, I remember there was an angel coming through, and she brought this huge thing of amethyst liquid, and she just put that amethyst liquid into my womb. And I remember that my whole body started vibrating, and there was something in my womb that was really, really sick. And when I got out of the ceremony, it was gone. It was healed. It was just gone. So yeah, then there's different plant medicine. There's also peyote. Peyote is a cactus, and that's like the male medicine. So that's not so heavy. It's different. We sing very uplifting songs, and we say it's a he medicine. It's the sun. Ayahuasca is the moon medicine. Peyote is the sun medicine. It's like we sing loud songs. It's very strong. It is a heart opener, because men have their positive pole in their sacral area, in the lower, like, how can I say, in the reproductive system, right? You have your positive pole there, and you have your negative pole in your heart. And for women, it's vice versa. Women have their positive pole in their womb area, and the negative positive pole in their heart area, and the negative pole in the womb. So when men and women come together, the positive pole of the heart of the woman cycles into the negative pole of the heart of the man, and the positive pole of the reproductive system of the man comes into the negative pole from the woman. So it's like a battery, you know. That's why I also teach a lot about sacred sexuality, because we cycle these energies, the positive and negative. We complete each other like batteries, right? So when we understand that in the plant medicine, for instance, we cycle that, right? Peyote is the heart, so it opens up the heart. So for men, it's really important to open up their heart. For men, it's really important to fall in love, so the hurdle is less, right? Because you can have, for instance, intercourse with somebody, not fall in love, and just leave, and you leave us with a lot of pain because we receive it, right? So that's why we go into also the teachings of Tantra and sacred sexuality. It's like understanding these dynamics. So for women, just understand, like, you receive the phallus of the man, you receive those energy, you receive the sperm, right? So you get attached to that energy because it's inside of you. And when we understand all these dynamics, we can make better choices when it comes to partners, when it comes to, like, who am I going to get involved with, who I'm going to have sex with, all these delicious things, right? But anyways, the ayahuasca can teach you also a lot of that. Like, first, when you go to ayahuasca, oftentimes it's just more like trauma release about family patterns, mom, dad issues, partners, this, that, or addictions, whatever you're going through. And once you go through all these layers, then you start actually studying it. And then you start understanding, oh, I can study the energy of the light. I can study the wisdom of the tree that's right in front of me, that starts talking to me and tells me what I need to do, how I need to eat, what am I here for, what's my path, what's my purpose. Like, there's so many things.
Man, this, you know, I sit down and I think about it, and I'm like, yo, this is some next level stuff, because this is stuff that I can honestly say more than 98 to 99% of people don't even know about. They're not aware about this information. This is deep stuff, and I know it gets deeper. You know, that's the craziest part. I know you're just giving us the surface level stuff of it, and I know that this is dope. Now, I know we got to wrap it up here, so can you talk to us a little bit about what are some daily practices for the average person that wants to start jumping into their healing journey? What are some daily practices that we can start doing to go down that path of healing, whether it's, you know, eating better, or, you know, breath work, things that we can do? What are some daily practices that we can take from this call that we can apply on a day-to-day basis to help us?
Yeah, I definitely think, like, daily practice is what you're doing, you know, your positive affirmations, your positive calls, all that in the morning, you know, listen to, like, good things, listen to good vibration. I mean, you teach that, you're very, very good at that. So listen to the good stuff. Then, especially in the morning, like, start your day with a good juice. Like, if you have a juicer, put some celery, some red beets, some carrots, you know, a little bit of oil, you know, so it can bind the vitamins. Like, put some.
Recommend a juicer over coffee.
Oh yeah, don't drink no more coffee. Coffee is addictive too. Drink tea or juice. You'll see. I know people think, like, I cannot live without coffee, but it's just another addictive thing. Coffee is really not good for your body. Unless you have very bad migraines, then I recommend to drink coffee, because it does definitely help you with your migraines. But other than that, don't drink coffee. What you drinking coffee for? What you drinking coffee for? It has no vitamins. It's highly acidic. It hurts your stomach. Like, think about it. It causes you arthritis in the long run. I know most of you are very young here. Yeah, mushroom coffee is good Mushroom coffee is good. You can drink mushroom coffee. Just don't drink the caffeine. Like it doesn't serve you other than it gives you that rush of energy, but it brings you on a high. And you know, all of you know, when you drink a lot of coffee after a couple of hours, you need another coffee, because if not, you're going to crash.
Yep.
So stop doing that to your body. It's not good. You're drugging your body up. You know, drink tea or drink a good juice and do it for a week. You'll see it's so much faster than you think. Your body can adjust to things so much faster than you think. You think, oh my God, I'm never going to rid of the coffee. Yeah, you will. Trust me, because you're going to feel so much better, so much clearer, that you're just going to be like, wow, great. So that's, do breath work in the morning. There's an amazing breath that I want to teach you guys. It's called alternative breath. So you breathe in through your left nostril, and then you breathe out through your right, like this. Then you breathe into the right, and you breathe out through the left. Breathe into the left, breathe out to the right. Breathe into the right, breathe out to the left. So if you're going to take your time with it, I'm going to give you 3 minutes. If you want to try it, like after this call, 3 minutes, I promise you, you're going to be so surprised how freaking centered you get. Like your third eye, which is here, is going to be like, you get super sharp. Like if you're in the middle of a day and you feel super stressed, breathe. Breath work is so important. That's why also, like in sexuality, saying like breathe, learn how to breathe, because we're having intercourse. We don't breathe together. Everybody's on their own schedule. One is you have sex with somebody, that person breathes on their own rhythm. You breathe on your own rhythm. Everybody does whatever. We never truly come together. We never really bind. You know, we never truly have that true communication with each other, the presence of each other. It's in the breath. So in your breath, that's where you learn how to be present. You learn how to be focused. Is where you learn how to connect with somebody when it comes to your partner or with yourself. So if you go into the breath, you're connecting with yourself. It's almost like a true line coming through your body, and you just get super centered. So breath work, definitely. And try to eat at least one salad or a fruit salad or a normal salad a day. At least that, you know. Try it once a day. You don't have to do it like all day. Try it once a day.
Wow. So breath work, juice, and salad or fruit throughout the day. Those are like small daily practices that we can do. And obviously, you know, as we get better and we improve, we can dive deeper into that.
Yeah, breath, super. Breath to me is the most important thing. Like, if you feel like
my morning routine, I'm gonna add that alternative breath work to my morning routine, honestly.
That, and there's other breath work that I can offer you to do. And another time is where you access DMT. It's the same with the ayahuasca. It's accessing DMT, right? So you access a part of your brain that you usually don't use, but brings you to your higher self. You can access that DMT without plant medicine. You can access it solely through breath. In half an hour or in an hour, you can just go in it like that, and you will have the most amazing revelations about yourself and about your life. And it's almost like you're high, like you're tripping, but you get yourself in it through your own breath. And that's the beauty of learning about breathing, not only on a daily basis, but also when it comes to your sexuality, to partnerships, right? Because if you learn together how to breathe, you can have like next level intimacy.
Man, you just taught us so much in just such a short amount of time. I am so grateful. I know that it's 11 and I know you have another call, so I don't want to take up any more of your time. Guys, can we type some fire emojis in the chat box, some hearts for my sis, Natalie, for giving us all the value that she just gave us right now. This is just a small tip of the iceberg to the value that, she's going to give us. I know that, we were able to do this call today, but can we ever invite you back so we can keep picking your brain? Is that something that we can do?
100%. I would love that. Or we can even, like, on a call, we can just all come together and just, like, I teach you some breathing. So if you guys have time, we just do the breath, for 50 minutes or something. And then you, like, even in 50 minutes, you can let us know then how you feel after, and you're going to be feeling so lit. I promise you.
I'm bringing you to my, I'm personally inviting you from now to my Mornings with Nano retreat. You will be at my first one.
I'd be honored.
Yeah. Guys, make sure you guys follow Natalie. If you guys need any help, any guidance, if she can do anything for you guys, reach out to her. She's family. I'm telling you guys, she's a family member of mine. So, she's on our team. She works with us. She's always helping us. She's always doing whatever is required. One of the best in the game. I'm so grateful for you, sis. Thank you so much for taking the time to jump on call with us and allowing us to interview you. And do you have any last words for us before we go?
I'm just super grateful for you, Nino. And I think like you're already so close to that, you know, so just keep on doing what you're doing, because you're already changing so many vibrations for so many people. I feel like you don't even know, like, and I feel like people don't even understand with the vibration that you bring in and the words that you say every single day, how much it's already influenced everybody's cells and everybody's minds and thoughts. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. That was very nice of you, and that meant a lot to me. So Natalie, again, God bless you. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I'm wishing you more abundance, more blessings, and more love in your whole entire life. And let's continue to grow. And I'll see you soon for sure.
Likewise. So much love to you, brother.
Thank you,
Many blessings. Bye, guys.
That was a beautiful call. I am so grateful. Make sure that you guys follow her. If you guys need any extra help, any extra questions, reach out to her, because she is a legit doctor and she is an expert in her field, one of the best that I know. And these are the kind of people that I want to continue to bring to 1% Talks. Just not just successful people that have accomplished success or have built businesses. I want to bring people that are going to help us with our health, because what is all this wealth if we have no health, fam? So that's what this is all about. That wraps up today's call. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. We will be back with 1% Talks on Thursday, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for another episode of 1% Talks. Have a blessed day. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's run it.